Hey, what's up friends? You got Gypsy back here today with week 8 of the CPC. Today we're taking on John and his Arizona Dactyls. He's one of the commissions of the league, so along with 681 Shadow, he's put in a ton of work to make the league what it is, so definitely go and check him out. I'll leave his link in the description. He's a cool dude. I think he was uploading some of his CPC matches, but I don't know if he's like doing that regularly. But anyway, go and check him out because he's a really nice guy and he's put in a lot of hard work into the league, so very much appreciated. So today John's got a pretty powerful, very powerful team actually. His team is jam packed full of breakers. He's got Mega Diancies, you guys can see there. He's got Staraptor. He's got the Darmanitan, the Lando Eye, a potential Sheer Force Druddigon. A very powerful team. He also had some other threats on his team. He also had Vaporeon, which is a pretty great check to like a choice locked Keldeo, which is something to keep in mind. He also has Magnezone on his team, which is a potential trapper for Sizzle, my Mega Sizzle, which was obviously a big deterrent in bringing Sizzle this match. And then he's got stuff like Espeon, which outspeeds Keldeo. He's got Crustle, which can set up hazards and potentially set up with Shell Smash. So he's got a pretty powerful team. I feel as though it matches up quite nicely against mine, and just the fact that he's got so many breakers means that I'm gonna have to run some pretty interesting sets to kind of take hits from these powerful mons. When I was team building, I didn't expect John to bring hyper offense because, as you guys can see here, like his answer to Scarf Keldeo is Druddigon. Like that's his switch into Scald, and if Druddigon gets burnt and it's an offensive variant, then it's severely crippled. So I don't agree with bringing HO versus me. I think maybe HO plus Vaporeon would have been nice for him, because a Scarf Keldeo really just runs through his team, and there is a reason for me to bring Scarf Keldeo. It does outspeed Scarf Staraptor, it outspeeds Diancie, it outspeeds Scarf Darmanitan. It outspeeds Scarf Magnezone. Like it's in my opinion, like Scarf Keldeo is a very likely bring. So I did expect some sort of way to check Scarf Keldeo, and I don't see it on the team. So had I brought Scarf Keldeo, which I didn't, he'd be in a lot of trouble. But without going on anymore, I'll just jump into the team that I've brought. So first up, we've got an Assault Vest Reuniclus. The first Assault Vest user today. Reuniclus is obviously a 4 attacks Assault Vest user. I'm carrying the HPIs for Lando. I've got coverage for most of his team. I've got Energy Ball for the Vaporeon and the Diancie. I've got Psychic coverage just to hit his team fairly hard. This Reuniclus is basically here to switch into the Lando. I am defensive as well, so I don't really fear knockoffs and U-turns all that much from like a mixed Landers. And I'm here to take Earth Powers, with relative ease. I take like upwards of like 34, 35 from an Earth Power, depending on rolls. And I do have Regenerator, so I can, eat that back up. I can basically switch in, take a hit. If he wants to stay in, he's going to take a lot of damage from HP Ice. And then he's forced out, and I can heal it back up if I want to switch out. So next up we have Stunfisk, basically my rocker, just max this week, nothing too crazy in this set. I take a hit, I live a hit from Darmanitan even if he's banded. I take on Staraptor all day long. I set up rocks on his team. I'm carrying Rest in case I need to heal up versus like a U-turning Staraptor. If I double and he's in with Staraptor, I can get a Rest off and get up to full, allowing me to check. His one's even better. I can take on Diancie. I can easily live an Earth Power and Blast from Diancie, just due to my natural bulk, even though I'm not invested in Spadef. Basically a very tricky mon for his team to take on. I'm rocking Scald in case he wants to go into Lando or my Stunfisk, thinking he can capitalize on it. Scald will get a little bit of chip off, potentially get a burn. I can get burn on switches like Druddigon, for example. It's just nice to have Scald there. Next up we have Keldeo. This Keldeo variant is just a sub. It's a sub-taunt variant, capable of taking on Vaporeon if he was to bring it, which I really think he should have. This sub-taunt variant, sub-taunt Scald Secret Sword, pretty standard. Not too dissimilar to sub-Calm Mind, but just running taunt over Calm Mind, as taunt does allow me to 1v1 the Vaporeon. And then we have AV Tangrowth. Obviously, you can't just have one check to Lando, so this Tangrowth lives +1 Sludge Wave from Landorus with the investment that I do have. Just in case he is Calm Mind, because I see Calm Mind as being a pretty decent set versus me. I can take hits from DNC all day. I'm recovering up on DNC, EQ for stuff like Skuntank, and HP Ice, obviously for the Lando and the Drogon. Then we have Scarf Kyurem. Scarf Kyurem can put in a lot of work. I was obviously going to bring one Scarf to this game. Scarf Kyurem revenges DNC with Iron Head, revenges Landorus with Ice Beam, revenges the Darmanitan with Earth Power, and revenges Raptor with Ice Beam. It's a pretty, I think I'm a rash nature. I don't need all that much speed to outspeed his mons, and I can still take hits with Kyurem if I need to because it is so bulky. Then we have physically defensive Slowking, basically here to act as a switch into the Manitan. If he's Scarf Darm, his attacks are going to be doing significantly less than a Banded or a Life Orb variant, and if he is Banded or Life Orb, then stuff like Kyurem and my Keldeo easily beat it. So without talking anymore, I'm just going to jump into the match. John chooses to lead off with Staraptor as I lead off with my Keldeo. I'm going to switch out here, going to Stunfisk. It is my switch and I don't want to risk him being Choice Scarf and taking me out turn 1 with the Brave Bird. And so he just makes the good play, goes for the U-turn, takes the chip with the Rocky Helmet, and goes out to his Landorus. Alright, here I'm just going to go right into my Uranus. I don't expect this thing to be Stealth Rocks, as it's wasted coverage on this thing when he has Druddigon, Diancie. He has other ways of setting up rocks. He just fires off an Earth Power and it does 36, and I'm just going to, I could have made doubles predicting the Skuntank, but I don't have any reason to early game. He could have gone for the knockoff there, and I would have been able to get a big chunk off with HP, so it wasn't worth me over predicting there. I don't think he's going to have Pursuit, and even if he does, I can live the hit, because I am defensive. Judging by that damage, he's pretty bulky. He goes to the player off here, predicting my Keldeo, which is a good play on his part. But Stunfisk doesn't care about that player off damage. I'm just going to fire off a Scald as he goes into a Staraptor, predicting the Earth Power, or perhaps the Earthquake, which is an interesting play because he can't really do too much to Stunfisk. The best thing he can do is Double Edge, but he actually reveals the final Gambit. So he attempts to take out my Stunfisk and fails because Stunfisk is such a high HP stat. I think if he did have Double Edge there, it would have been, maybe if he was like Banded with Double Edge, it would have been better, but he was actually Scarf, so Final Gambit would have done more than Double Edge anyway, so I can understand. I'm pretty sure would have done more than Double Edge, so I can understand that play. I'm just going to save Stunfisk because it is pretty nice death fodder, and it is nice to switch into the Skuntank if I need to and get that chip damage to Rocky Helmet. Again, I'm going to switch into my Reuniclus and tank that Earth Power pretty easily. He's just going to make the switch back out to Skuntank, and once more I'm just going to fire off another HP Ice. So now I'm going to switch back out to my Stunfisk to sack it off to the Skuntank, giving me a free switch into Keldeo. I didn't want to go hard into Keldeo in case he did player off again that turn. He didn't really lose much by it as player off killed Stunfisk from that range. So Keldeo is just going to fire off a Scald here. I could have subbed, but I did figure he'd probably just stay in a player off in case I was like a boosting variant. It's in his best interest. He doesn't have a switch into Keldeo anyway, so like Skuntank is his play to make the stain there. So I'm just going to sub up here on a potential protect, as he actually goes for the, you guys can see he goes for the explosion here. So yeah, sub Keldeo coming through. He was either going to sub, or he was either going to protect or explode there. I didn't expect explosion, but if he had protect, he was going to click it to ensure he outsped the next turn. But at this point in the match, he hadn't determined if I was Specs or Scarf yet, so I don't really know what to say about that. I would have outsped, like, and killed him with Scald, so maybe he predicted me to switch out, I'm not sure. But anyway, Keldeo is looking in a pretty good position. Druddigon's going to come in here. I'm just going to sub just to see if he had Stealth Rocks or Dragon Tail. He goes for Outrage, and the fact that he has Outrage makes me think that he's more than like a Life Orb or a Band variant. So I'm going to switch out to my Tangrowth just to scout the damage, determine his item. As he does reveal, this Outrage does a ton, so that is actually Banded Outrage from Druddigon. Now I have no reason to keep Tangrowth around. While it does check the Landorus quite nicely with HP Ice, I have Keldeo, I have Kyurem, I have Slowking. Slowking can eat any hit from Lando, deal huge damage with Ice Beam. I have Reuniclus who can eat any hit and kill him with Ice Beam. So I have no reason to sack any other mon than Tangrowth right here. It's already below half. So sacking it off to this Druddigon is my play. As now I'm just going to bring out my Kyurem. Kyurem right here with Ice Beam. The roll is heavily in my favor to take him out. If he goes out to Darm, then he takes enough damage, then he takes quite a big chunk from the Ice Beam, and I can just pivot out into my Slowking. But he actually stays in right here. I do get a very low roll of 96%. That was max special attack modest, so the roll was heavily in my favor to kill, but I don't get it. And now he's just going to take me out with an Outrage. So unfortunately, Kyurem goes down there. As now Keldeo can just come in and click Scald, getting my turn of lefties back. He doesn't really have much for this Keldeo. He doesn't have much at all, so I'm just going to switch out, go into my Reuniclus, as there was no reason to stay in there and sack Keldeo. He was more than likely the water resist berry. The fact that he brought it in versus Keldeo like that made me think that he was definitely a resist berry, as I may have had Icy Wind, I may have had Hydro Pump there. Even Icy Wind would have killed, so if I was Icy Wind, then it would have killed there. So I hadn't shown Taunt, so I could have been sub 3 attacks. I haven't shown Sacred Sword, I don't think either, so yeah, I don't really understand the Landorus play there, but the fact that he bought it in made me think he was a resist berry, so I didn't want to risk it, as Keldeo is my win con if this is a banded Dharm. So he just goes for the Psychic on my Reuniclus, gets a crit. And now I'm just going to fire for HP Ice as he goes for the knockoff, dealing a fair bit of damage. Sorry, our Psychic here, in case you wanted to go out to, is Diamantane. The fact that I'd shown off HP Ice multiple times already in this match versus the Skuntank made me think that he might want to not risk it and just go right out hard into Diamantane. But it's the same result either way. Like, it puts him in range. Had I HP Ice, that would have put him maybe a bit lower in range to die from any one of my attacks. This Psychic still puts him in range to die to a Psychic. It puts him in range to die into a Psyshock. A Psychic from my Slowking, it puts him in range to die to a Scald as well. And any hit from Keldeo as well. So the result was the same, but he does get the knockoff, knocking off my Soul Fest. As now I'm just going to sack off Reuniclus. As now in comes Keldeo. Now he's at a range of health where if he is, even if I hadn't got the Spidef drop, and he is the water resist berry, the Pasha berry, Keldeo's Scald will still take him out. The min roll is 49%. So he's actually in range, and he was at, this 50% is a lie, he was actually at 49% there, so he was guaranteed in range to die, even through his berry at neutral Spidef, but he's at minus Spidef, so like it's guaranteed either way. I'm just going to stand and click Scald. As we do pop his water resist berry, which is pretty interesting, as in comes Dharm, and I'm just going to stand and click Scald and take out the Dharm. So there we go, we have a 2-0 win over John and his scary team of breakers. So I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, leave a like on the video, it does mean a lot to me, and let me know in the comments what you guys thought of the match. If you aren't already subscribed to my channel and you would like to see more Draft League content from the MPL, the CFA, the CPC, showdown lives, collaborations with friends, all that good stuff, click that sub button if you do want to stay in the loop with what's going on with me. I do appreciate that very much, and thank you guys so much for watching. I really do appreciate you guys taking your time out of your day to watch my videos. It means a lot, and I'll see you guys in the next one.